boys.
You're good now, George. There you go.
Okay.
George, you familiar with Paul?
No, I am not. I don't know, Paul.
He seems to have some fans in the chat room. I have not seen him play.
To be playing in the 5th, 6th slot in an event with 106 really high quality players is
speaks for itself, right?
And he's got a 722 Fargo rating, which is going to indicate that he's going to play at a low medium pro level. And you see these Fargo ratings, whether they're based on big tables or small tables, you could have two completely different sets of numbers. If this guy is a bar table specialist.
We're going to go ahead and update those Fargo rates.
Excuse me then. Zipplers is still the same, but
yeah,
but
Paul's going to be different. Yes.
Paul.
Paul is 649.
Oh. Okay. Nice hit. Oh my goodness, look at this. Jen. Jen. That's what they could say, Jen. That's when Dorothy says that we're not in Kansas anymore. Oh, okay. Andy Lincoln knows Paul. Okay. When he was very young. And,
Yahtzee.
A Yahtzee leave there, yeah. How'd that go through there? It's a miracle. Okay, Zippler.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ortiz, for the compliment.
I had an old friend named John Baxter, but I don't know if that's the same John Baxter. There might be more than we found. There are several George Hammerbackers just around town here.
Folks, this is a race to 6. I'm going to go ahead and adjust that race. All right, let me see what's going on. Oh, that would be why. How about now, George? Say hello to everybody.
Why, yes. Tommy misplaced his mineral. I'm back at popular prices.
What's happening, guys, is a lot of times I'll mute George's mic so that he doesn't have to hit the button to mute it, and then I forget that it's muted. So, my mistake.
William, thanks for that. Played him in PA recently, and a good player. He has to be a good player to get here. That's all I could say. To be in the 5th, 6th slot with 106 players, he's in the top 95% of the field. Oh.
Just every bit of the pocket there.
A 9 ball looked like a ping pong ball in a tornado.
Mr. Garcia, hey Anthony, thank you for the heads up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Paul Krimes takes the early lead, 1-0 over Tom Zippler.
Down to 6 players left. 2 on the winner's side and 4 on the one-loss side. We have Raphael playing a match against young Tom Haas on an adjacent table, and we're working our way up to the conclusion of this event.
Russ Redhead, Paul O, table 7. Russ Redhead, Paul O, table 7.
3 balls down.
Yeah, opportunity here. This is a shot he played down the rail. He cut a 7 ball down the rail in that match that we were watching with Kang. Now, he jumped up on that ball. He was like that old chain of restaurants, drive-ins called the Jack in the Box. Jumped up on that. Paul has an interesting form. And when we get head on, he shoots with the cue under his right eye, sort of like Strickland, and not unusual, but noteworthy, really. When we get a look at him head on. He's kind of hornswoggled with this one because I don't know if he can get all the way to the 5 in the side. Good shot. But he still has some play because the 9 is going to directly affect what happens from here, and the 9 goes down towards the 6, unless he can miss the 9 somehow. Oh, that was a good shot there. That was as good as he could have hoped. I like the inside ball, high right, come to the middle diamond side rail. Oh, it got away from him.
He might be all right here, George.
These are tough shots. He's on a back cut where this is This ball is going to want to get uphill on him. He has to play for even more cut because that 8 ball wants to go up against the grain. He either needs to hit some inside English left to center to keep the ball from churning. He hit it good. Hit that ball great. Tough shot. Very nice. Two to nothing. Paul has the lead over Tom Zippler. And on the break, so this is the first real super key game.
Folks, I'm going to step away for just a minute. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of George Hammerbacher. I'll be right back.
I'm more capable than I'm more culpable than capable. Oh, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa.
Okay right there for you?
That's perfect, thank you.
I'll be right back.
Why, yes, this project well to my liking. Beautiful break shot there. This is looking like a pretty done deal here. Shoot stop. The 8 ball might be the only ball that's even remotely a trickster here. What's this all about? What's the discussion? No shape to even play. A shoot and stop right there. If that's all you got, that's plenty good. Good. That's a good shot. That's he's got his pick of position here. That looks like it's suspect at best. In fact, it's probably about the world's worst. It's flat to go to the other rail, and he might end up with a bank. Ah, what a good shot. But he's straight in for his trouble. Ah, little angle. Just a little mini punch. He followed it down there. Good shot. That, you can't fault that. You better watch the side pocket. Oh, he hit it perfect. Three games to 0 in favor of Paul Krimes. Nice out. It was harder than it had to be. It's time for Tommy to play the safe shot behind the 4 ball. Bank the 1 at the middle of the table, high right ball, and come around 2 rails behind the 4. Might have left him a little paint. Thomas is playing in the 5th-6th match against Raphael on the table right next to him, if you're talking about Thomas Haas. Donald. Six players left. You got Wilkie and Kang Lee. You got Zippler and Paul Krimes, and you got Thomas Haas versus Raphael. Those are the last 6 that are breathing. Sean and Kang will be in the hot seat match. Whoa. Thomas is down 5-0. Ouch. No hit. Well, Tom, this is your opportunity. You gotta roll to the 2 on the rail, get straight in, come down to the 3, and start taking care of business here.
Joe Orla, Chris Funk, table 8.
Okay.
Matt Clatterbuck, Lucas Kilgore, table 6. Paul Ravel, Chris Matter, table 13. Jimmy Various, Pookie, table 14. Jenny Muhammad, Henry Chow, table 18. Curtis Brinker, Roland Friolo, table 1.
That's a good shot there.
Brandon Williams, table 19.
Needs a good solid rack of balls here and get him back in gear a little bit.
Lucas Varner, Mark Andrews, table 23. Please come up and get your score sheet.
Good out there from Tom. He's on the board now. Trails 3 games to 1. We're here at the Center Pocket Room in Bowie, Maryland. Uh-oh. My man's bringing a shooting iron in here. Are you going to use that to point at the screen, or what are you going to do with that shooting iron? Okay.
So while we have a second, I'd like to say thank you to George for coming in today. It's the second day in the booth, and I think folks are really enjoying having him here. And I see a lot of positive communication in the chat, so I'm really blessed. And George, I hope we can do this again in the near future. On some projects aside from the JP Nude, because we got that coming up.
Just keep me in the loop, Daddy.
Absolutely. Paul Krimes to break.
Well, that deuce rolled up behind the 10 in a interesting spot. Great break shot. Really crushed him, though. They might have to get a tournament official to mess with this. Or I appreciate the kind words. I love it, and this is. I'm just glad I'm still able to do this.
I am amazed, George. That you just keep telling more and more stories. Anytime someone brings up a name, you seem to know who they are. You can just spout out what tournament, what year. It's pretty amazing to me, and it's a pleasure to have you. And it really makes things much more enjoyable for me in the booth, because normally I'm a bit on the overwhelmed side, trying to be more of a one-man band, and this is very helpful, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and he got everything trying to break that 210 up, and he cleared everything up. He rearranged the furniture except for the 210, and he's got no hit.
No good.
A 10 ball had the stripe was just a little bit too pronounced on that stripe. Give Tommy a chance to get back in this match. He's got a real nice scoring opportunity in front of him here. Good natural to go down to the 4 ball. Hit near the side pocket and swing down. Oh, that's going in the hole. That's a bad shot.
Oh no.
I think he's on the lake. I think he's canoeing on the lake. You know what lake that is, don't you?
Yeah, I heard you call it.
Lake Titicaca. When you're on the titty, you say caca. That's why it's called Lake Titicaca. He has that look.
Mr. Donald Doach, pleasure to have you in the chat today. Hope you're doing well, sir.
Many are called and few are chosen. Good hit, but a sellout nonetheless. Almost a ball in hand type of a leave. That was a little lacking. You can't be firing balls. These are 4.5-inch pockets on these diamond tables with deep shelves. He got fortunate he didn't get jacked up on the 7. I wonder how his angle looks. He's going to be blocking it off on the other shot.
Paul getting his calisthenics in, before the shot.
He'll probably just draw it over a little. Yep. That's a bad game for Tommy to lose. Very bad game. Four games to 1.
So Tom just seems to be a little out of sorts today. Can't get the speed down. A couple of bad rolls, maybe some poor decisions. Seems to be popping up on the ball a little bit to me. I talked with him a little bit about it earlier, and and he basically says, I'm a working guy, man. I don't practice like I should all the time, but try to stay down on the ball, and he said he was aware of it. He felt he was popping up on
it. He's had a gigantic He's had meteoric improvement, though, Wayne, in the last 5 years, because I've witnessed a lot of it. And anybody that can cash a turning stone playing
Well,
9-ball.
Exactly. That's where I was getting ready to go next. Is he's been playing good pool.
Uh-oh, a Mojave mash. It's dry.
Now that right side of the table looking tough.
I like him to just shoot the bank, and he can plug his bank. The world might be his oyster.
You called it, George. Oh man.
But he had to hit it 1,000 miles an hour to shoot and stop. No savvy. It rattled the pocket. Like I said, this isn't a table that was built to vend quarters. This is a table you put on time. That's a good shot. He's pretty straight in on this ball. He doesn't want to hit the 6, I don't think. Oh, good shot. This is a thin ball shot. Cut pocket. Overhit it. That was where his big table reversion came in. That was a shot that was a delicate shot comparatively. This is all well and good, but
What do you do with the 7 ball?
he's going to have to play to the bank. And now he realizes it.
Oh, look at that touch. He was just going to set up for the cut down the rail. Either that or the cross-side bank. I think
Cut down the rail is, I would have to say 95% to 99% back and forth. He missed a ball like this on the other side.
Get in there.
Not tonight.
Wow. He hit that ball pretty darn good. That's a tough shot.
It caught the cushion up high. He didn't hit it clean, Wayne.
Yeah, you're right. In Diamond's pockets, they won't.
These pockets don't give you balls you don't make, because the rails are real. These rails have plenty of bite. They're real lively. If the table was freshly covered, it would have gone.
And they're fairly deep shelves on top of it.
Oh, I got a story. The first time I ever played a diamond table, I'll let him finish his rack out. It brings to mind. The first I saw a diamond table was circa 1990.
Where were you at?
I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was living there at the time, playing in the Wisconsin Straight Pool Championships at an event called the Sports Show, held in the downtown arena where the Milwaukee Bucks played and all. Anyway, the first, I go and start hitting balls on this table, and it's real nice. Anyway, Paul Krimes is on the hill, and it's 5-1, and Tom is hurting. Anyway, anyway, we're playing straight pool, 125-point matches, and I win the leg, and the guy breaks and leaves me like a break shot from the top right-hand corner down into the screen here, and a ball was hanging in the pocket where his cue stick was hanging, and I made my shot, hit the rack. Cue ball went all the way down on the bottom rail there, and I looked into the pocket to look at the ball that's in the pocket to shoot, and I couldn't see it from the rail. And I said, oh my God. I ended up having to back cut a ball into it. And
So do you think
very
going back
tough.
and comparing the Diamonds to what they were then and what they are now, do you say that they're similar?
easier.
These are easier now?
Easier. The pockets were I believe another eighth of an inch or more deeper. These were originally designed by players, professional pool players, with all flat surfaces where there's no.
Now, see, for me, I'd rather have a deeper pocket, a deeper shelf, and a truer set of jaws on the pocket where they haven't been overly shimmed. You still have to hit the ball good, but you're not. I'm talking about rotation pool. But you're not taking the artistic form of the game away, and you still got to hit the ball pretty pure.
See, back in 1985, 1986, this is before diamonds were ever introduced, I believe. I might be slightly wrong about this, but before Greg Sullivan got into making diamond tables, that Brunswick came out with the Gold Crown 3. And in the Gold Crown 3s, they had gotten rubber from a different manufacturer than their original, and the rails were all spongy and dead. And then they had to develop faster cloth. Simonis to counteract that, because guys like this couldn't get the ball around the table on a flat angle, and with back cloth they couldn't do it.
Well, I was talking to Mike Lambros, and he was talking to me, and he's not a real fan of Simonis. He says, a lot of the players these days don't really have to have a real stroke. They can just sort of poke balls around.
Tom just conceded the match.
Oh, that's tough. I feel bad for Tom. He's been working hard, and
Fifth 60 gets in this event. He and Thomas Haas, I believe, are fifth, sixth, and now the Krimes and Raphael are going to be playing in the third, fourth spot next, I believe.